Welcome to the Heidi Thorne Show. I'm your host, Heidi Thorne, and in this podcast, I share my real-world self-publishing and small business experience with you. Before we get started, I just want to remind you to like, comment, share, follow, and subscribe. Now let's get on with today's show. Given that the potential income from self-publishing is not high, why do authors do it? I've asked what motivates authors to self-publish in 3 surveys. What's of note is how consistent their answers are over time. A total of 121 authors responded to the motivations question in the 2022 Thorne Self Publishing Survey. So let's talk about that. I group motivations into 4 basic categories, and I call it the ACME model of self-publishing motivation. The acronym is for Achievement, Community, Money, and Expression. Achievement motivations deal with a particular level of success or recognition, such as fulfilling a lifelong dream, building an expert status, bragging rights, keeping up by doing what everyone else is doing, seeing a book available for sale in a bookstore, and getting on radio or TV. No achievement motivation appeared in the top 3 responses for the entire survey group in 2022. However, fulfilling a lifelong dream was the 4th most popular answer for the entire survey. Community motivations deal with providing something to the author's world or the world at large. That could be things such as fulfilling an information gap, motivating others, leaving a legacy, sharing an important message or mission, or trying to change the world. In 2022, there were no community-based motivators in any of the top 3 positions for the entire survey, just as for 2018. The motivating and offering help and encouragement to others community motivator was the top motivator for nonfiction. It ranked in the top position for nonfiction for both 2022 and 2018. It is not entirely surprising for the nonfiction subgroup, since sharing knowledge is often the basis for writing a nonfiction book. Money motivations include making book sales or royalties, or using a book in support of one's business. In 2022, make money from book sales and royalties ranked 3rd overall as a motivator for the entire survey group, just as it did in 2018. Make money was the top motivator in 2022 for authors with 3 to 9 books and 10 or more books. Authors with greater self-publishing experience may be feeling the effects of increasing competition. Those with more books on the market certainly would want to protect that income stream. It is now getting more difficult to do that with increasing competition from everywhere, including an influx of traditionally and self-published books that could easily number into the millions. Competition isn't only from books, though. It's coming from other content types, including video and games and social media, too. Expression means pursuing or enjoying creative endeavors or expressing yourself. The top motivator for all authors who answered the motivation question in 2022 was "I love writing," or 61% of them. In 2018, it was also the top motivation, though with a little bit less enthusiastic response at 53%. The 2nd ranked overall motivator in 2022 was another expression motivator, which is self-expression and creativity, and that was from 60% of those who answered the question. This was also consistent with 2018, although with a somewhat less enthusiastic response than in the previous survey as well, and that was 52% in 2018. So the top 2 motivators for self-publishing in 2022 dealt with expression, just as it did in 2018. In this year's survey, the love of writing was the top motivation across many of the subgroups. But one curious note was that the top motivator for business owners in 2022 was self-expression and creativity, or 59% of them. It wasn't making money. In fact, making money was the third place motivator for business owners, though it was a close third place at 56%. This could be the start away from using books as lead generators and business cards. These business owner authors may feel that other content types and platforms are more effective in reaching their audiences, which might include YouTube videos and posts on social media as well. So just to recap, the top 3 answers for self-publishing motivation in the entire 2022 survey were I love writing at 61%, self-expression and creativity at 60%, or make money from book sales and royalties at 56%. So what doesn't motivate authors? In 2022, these motivators were at the absolute bottom of the rankings. It was everybody else is doing it, so I might as well too, getting on TV and radio, and I haven't figured out why, but I know I want to do it. This is identical to what it was in 2018, except that bragging rights replaced the getting on TV and radio at the bottom. Social comparative factors just don't seem to be big drivers of action for self-published authors. And this isn't really surprising considering these are people who are self-published and driven. As you might expect, money issues were big challenges for self-published authors. But what else did they see as obstacles? In 2022, a total of 119 participants responded to the challenge question, and I lumped challenge factors into 3 primary categories. There's money, and money challenges deal with market competition, marketing, and making sales. The top 3 challenges for all authors responding to the question about challenges in 2022 were dominated by money concerns. Don't know how or where to sell my book, and I'm not making enough money with my books or ebooks were tied for the top challenge with 37% of responses for each of those answers. This exactly mirrors 2016 when both of these answers were also tied for the top challenge for the entire survey group, along with no time. In 2018, don't know how and where to market or sell your book was the top challenge, and not making enough money and cost too much were tied for the second overall challenge for the 2018 survey. An interesting observation in 2022 was that the subgroup that had 2 books published was the only one with the top challenge of don't know how or where to sell my book. It beat out not making enough money at 40% of that group, even though the 2 issues are related. This may point to a bit of disillusionment after initial efforts in self-publishing. They've probably tried a variety of ways to market their books, maybe unsuccessfully. Now they're questioning what they might be doing wrong. The last group of challenges is overwhelm, and that deals with lack of time, motivation, organization, or just plain old overwhelm. For 2022, no time was the 3rd ranked top challenge overall. In 2016, having no time was tied for the top challenge. In 2018, no time ranked 4th. So that's still high on the list of concerns, given that self-publishing book income for the majority of authors is not enough to sustain a household. Other employment or income is needed. Pursuing these other money streams can be time-consuming. The burdens of health, shifting priorities, changing work and living styles, and stress that were brought on by the pandemic were certain to be factors in this year's study. Therefore, a concern over time could also be expected. But the no time challenge has been a top-ranked challenge in all 3 surveys over 6 years. One other explanation could be that the makeup of the survey population skews female, and that's a population who may still be largely responsible for family and home care in addition to their writing pursuits. Also observed in 2022 was that I'm just overwhelmed with the whole process of self-publishing was a top challenge for those authors who didn't have a book done yet. That's not unusual because that's what you experience with any new endeavor. But it also speaks to the fact that self-publishing is still kind of difficult to understand and navigate for many newbies. Another group of challenges are skills, and that would be writing and production difficulties, knowledge deficiencies, or lack of experience. In 2022, the bottom least challenging factors were don't know what to write about and writing is difficult. Overall, the surveyed authors seem to feel pretty confident in their writing skills. So the top 3 self-publishing challenges for the entire survey were don't know how or where to market and sell my book, which was 37% of those surveyed. I'm not making enough money with my books, which is also 37%, and no time at 28% of the respondents. The majority, 60% of the surveyed authors in 2022 love writing, but 37% of them are challenged by marketing and low sales. The question is, do they love writing enough to deal with the financial and sales challenges that self-publishing creates? Given that the book income for a large share of the surveyed authors, as I've talked about before, amounts to no more than a hobby income or a part-time gig, do they really care if their writing becomes a money-making vocation? Maybe another survey or future survey question should ask, if you knew you weren't going to make much with your writing and self-publishing, would you still do it? If you'd like to dig more into the results of the 2022 Thorne Self Publishing Survey, then what I've provided in this Cliff Notes type version on video, I'm offering it as a Kindle ebook on Kindle and Kindle Unlimited. Thanks for your support of the survey. I hope you found this interesting or helpful, and if you did, please rate, review, and subscribe to The Heidi Thorne Show on whatever podcast app you like to use. I'm on all the major ones, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you like the YouTube video better, all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is at Heidi Thorne Channel, and turn on the notifications so you get an alert when there's a new video up. I would appreciate it if you would share the audio or the video with your friends on social media. My self-published books are available on Amazon, Audible, and Apple Books. All you have to do is go to one of those sites, type in my name, Heidi Thorne, and my author page will come up with a list of all available titles. If you'd like to connect with me, my website is HeidiThorne.com. Thank you so much for listening and for your support. I'll look forward to talking with you again in the next episode, and in the meantime, have a great day.